There is a specific kind of poverty that looks exactly like responsibility. You save every penny. You skip the latte. You deny yourself joy. From the outside, you look smart. But inside, you feel like you're running on a treadmill set too fast. Exhausted, disciplined, and going nowhere. We're taught that saving money brings safety. But what if the safe path is the most dangerous road of all? In a quiet suburban town where winters were long and gray, lived a man named Joe. Joe wasn't reckless. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't a dreamer. He lived by one silent rule: save everything, trust nothing. Joe worked long shifts at a fulfillment center, standing on concrete floors until his knees burned and his back ached. He drove a 15-year-old sedan, rust blooming around the wheel wells. When it idled, it rattled like a dying lung, a constant reminder of the things he couldn't afford to fix. And in his kitchen, sitting on top of the refrigerator, was his God, a glass mason jar. Every Friday, Joe folded $50 with careful precision and slid it inside. To feed that jar, he starved his life. No new toys for his son Leo, no dinners out. The thermostat locked at 60 degrees, warm enough to keep the pipes alive, cold enough to see your breath in the morning. He looked at the jar filling up and told himself, "I'm doing this to protect you, Leo." But he didn't realize he wasn't building a shield. He was building a cage. Joe thought he was winning. He thought discipline was the same thing as progress. Then life tested him. One Tuesday morning, Leo woke up burning with fever, urgent care, a quick exam, prescription antibiotics, a copay, $400, gone in a single afternoon. 2 days later, the brakes on Joe's old car failed at a stoplight. Metal screamed. Luck held. Another $300 disappeared. In less than a week, the jar, 6 months of painful discipline, sat empty. Joe sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at the glass. He wasn't just broke, he was broken. He did everything right. He followed the path. So why did he end up exactly where he started? Because he was trapped in a loop. Save, survive a disaster, lose everything, repeat. He wasn't escaping poverty. He was rehearsing it. He was treating the symptoms while feeding the disease. Fear returned, sharper than before. Joe responded the only way he knew how, by tightening the rules. No heat at night, canned food only. Then the snowstorm hit. A massive blizzard rolled through the neighborhood. Power lines snapped. The world went dark and silent. Inside Joe's house, the cold moved fast, through walls, windows, and floors. Leo slept under 3 blankets, still shivering. Joe felt small, helpless. Then he looked outside. Across the street lived Sam, a retired mechanic. Sam's house glowed with warm, golden light. His garage door was open. Sam wasn't hiding under blankets. He was outside, running a heavy-duty snowblower, clearing the driveway for the elderly couple next door. Driven by curiosity and the cold, Joe walked across the street. "Sam," he called out, teeth chattering. "How can you afford the gas, the generator, the machine?" Sam shut off the snowblower and smiled. He didn't lecture. He explained. "I don't afford it," Sam said. "I put my money to work." Joe frowned. "But if you spend it, it's gone." Sam shook his head. "I bought this thing used, fixed it myself. Now I clear driveways for $40 a pop. 10 minutes each. This machine paid for itself in the first blizzard. Then Sam said the sentence that shattered Joe's worldview. Money in a jar dies, Joe. Money turned into a tool lives. Joe looked back at his dark, freezing house, at his son sleeping in the cold. The jar wasn't a lifeboat. It was an anchor. He hadn't been saving for the future. He had been paying for his fear. The real risk wasn't spending money. The real risk was letting his potential sleep in a glass jar while life moved on without him. The next morning, Joe did something that felt reckless. He took the very last of his emergency cash and walked into a hardware store. His hands trembled. He didn't buy food. He didn't put it in the bank. He bought weather stripping tools and thermal caulk. That day, he sealed every drafty window in his house. The difference was immediate. The heat stayed in. But Joe didn't stop there. He printed simple flyers and went door to door in the snow. I can seal your windows, $50 for the whole floor. 3 hours later, Joe held $50 he had created, not saved, not borrowed, created. By the end of winter, Joe had skills, then tools, then options. He learned a truth the jar could never teach him. Inflation eats savings. Skills eat inflation. This isn't just a story about a man and a jar. It's the story of us. We inherit fear from our parents and call it wisdom. We inherit scarcity and call it reality. Like a driver fighting a broken steering wheel, we spend our lives correcting for problems that never should have existed. You cannot starve yourself into abundance. You cannot save your way to safety. Security isn't a number in a bank account. It's capacity. When Joe broke the jar, he didn't lose his savings. He lost his chains. So stop storing your energy. Convert it. Buy the tool. Learn the skill. Invest in your own capability. Don't save for a rainy day. Build an ark for it. Ask yourself, are you building a life or just maintaining a cage? If you're ready to stop hoarding fear and start creating value, comment "build" below. Because the only true currency you have is the life you choose to live today.